when we met in December, the April deadline was the deadline that the state had said that we had to meet. And at that meeting, I also said that we were going to seek an extension of that April 30th deadline. And so just to be clear, because there was no way, knowing in December, because we also said at that meeting that the leadership, the service leadership, was just coming on board and that they had to do a plan. But that said, everything that you've said, we're committed to working with you. And in fact, if you look on the timeline, this is a timeline, it's not the plan, it's not a comprehensive plan. So if you look on the timeline, I believe, and I don't have my glasses, but I think we had talked about even reaching out to the community board in April and May. So we are very willing, if there's a group of people who like you, want to be involved with helping us in actually pushing out a marketing and outreach timeline, we'd very much like to work with you on that. So these timelines aren't fixed in stone. If there are things that you think we should do, in addition to what we've just delineated on this piece of paper, we can work through that with you.
The only thing that I would add is that right now we're not delivering babies here, so I don't want in any way to jeopardize the safety of anyone who might think, oh, maybe I should have the taxi take me to NCB. So I can't do it too soon, but I really welcome your input, and we can tighten those outreach. There's so many different elements of it. Okay, and thank you very much. Okay.
My name is Fay Muir, and I'm a member of the Community Advisory Board. In conjunction with what Sandra was saying, I would say that that's a very good opportunity for the Community Advisory Board to get involved. And I would suggest that we do not have the summer hiatus this year, and that we should meet every month at this hospital. And perhaps, as long as we need to.
That's a decision of the Community Advisory Board.
Also, I would like to reiterate that, yes, we were concerned also that we were not invited to participate in the press conference that took part yesterday. There was, no, request for input from the community there either. So, with all that taken into account, we definitely, believe that, as a community, we are not being engaged in the process, and we think that, there are things that we have to offer. As you can see, we have manpower. We also have contacts and et cetera that we can bring to the table as well. So, if we could work together on that, perhaps, get us help as well, because we would need some kind of a budget to do what we have to do as a community, because, as you know, we are not exactly, have resources that you might have. But yes, we would like, to have, going forward, full communication, as Sandra said, with the staff about anything concerning the reopening of this process. We'd also like to be informed and perhaps give input on information that is going forward in your communications with New York State.
Was that a question or a statement? I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, both. Both. We would like to, be included in that process.
Well, again, the state expects the communication to be with the licensed entity, and that's North Central Bronx at HHC. But in terms of, our communicating with the state, but the state also wants to know what our engagement has been with our community, or the communities, because there's many different stakeholders. So I think the suggestions that were made by your Sandra, and the sessions you're making in terms of the more engagement of the Community Advisory Board. The decision on for the Community Advisory Board to meet 12 months is up to the CAB. You know, that's absolutely fine. And we are committed to incorporating the members of the CAB into the body of work that we're committed to with the other stakeholders. Because as I said, we want to hear all the voices.